Hello, you. Welcome to Geekism, and welcome back to Uzuri Gardens, which means Mass Bandit is with me. Hello.
Hello, woo woo.
Woo woo. Woo woo indeed.
Yeah.
Oh, hello. Look at that. Oh, that's pretty.
Oh, good timing. Wow.
So we're having a look at. We're starting off with masked coaster Tamar.
Tamar. Yeah, I think that's how we're saying.
Yeah, and it should look silky smooth because this is being recorded on my new PC. So I've been able to crank everything up to 11.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it looks good. So this has been a real difficult period with Uzuri for me. I'll be honest.
Okay.
I don't know how long it's been. Like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe even.
I think 3 weeks. Yeah.
And it wasn't until 3 days ago that I had something to show on this video. Really. So
that happens.
Yeah,
I get it.
It's just not. I've built and deleted stuff more than I ever have in Planet Coaster before. Yeah. So my original aim for this week was to have another go at the chimp enclosure, and I had another 3 goes at the chimp enclosure, and I've got rid of them each time, and we still don't have a chimp enclosure. So that's still. Oh my god, the game's stuttering. What on earth is going on? It should not happen.
Yeah, probably. It's auto-saving.
Probably. So in the end, I have got something new to show. I have got a thing for the thumbnail, and all that. But one of the things we really wanted to start working on was we decided on the train. Well, actually, we asked people in the comments, didn't we, about whether we should have the safari truck.
Actually, we haven't really talked a lot about it.
Yeah.
So. Go ahead. What are your thoughts?
Everything was kind of a 50-50 split. People were like, "Oh yeah, train's good." Some people were like, "Oh yeah, truck's better," and some people were like, "Why not both?" Mm-hmm. And I thought, well, why not both? Probably makes everyone happy. And
well, yeah. The best argument I heard for it was a train is better for your perimeter, but if you actually want to get up in with the animals, the truck. It makes way more sense.
Yeah, that's a great way of looking at it. And the beginning of the plan of this is kind of like that. So you can see here, and if you spotted it, we actually have a train track. So this is pretty much the one you put in, which was more of a proof of concept than anything, right?
Yeah.
So I've taken that and carried it over. Now, one thing I really wanted to do was... the problem was if we had both the trucks and the trains, we hadn't really left ourselves much room for 2 stations. Because obviously both of these things would need on and offs. And the only area we really had was, well, I might as well show you. The only area we really had was here, the sort of end of the sort of African area, right? And I feel if we have both stations here, it's going to make a massive bottleneck. Everyone basically who comes into the park is going to want to go to beeline one of these 2 things. So
that's right.
The only other place we could kind of put a station was in the lesser developed area here, the other side of the coaster down here. Right, so this isn't necessarily permanent, but it's this side, this sort of southern side of the coaster here is where one of the stations needs to go. That gave me the problem of a train track having to get past the coaster twice.
Man, yeah.
Because it's got to come into the safari and out of the safari. So about a week and a half of work went into just being able to find where this went, okay? So obviously all of the terrain and everything is still very much work in progress, but the actual train track is in now, and I did clear this with you, right, after I'd done it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because this is pretty much the only spot, so again, all this is work in progress, but here we can now see that we have the train track coming underneath Tamar, and I didn't have to really touch the coaster. I think I maybe raised this ever so slightly, this tiny bit of track here, just to give us the slightest. But I mean, literally like half of like a foot maybe. But other than that, I haven't actually had to touch the ride itself. And then it comes round here and then underneath, and then obviously we've got plenty of room here for a station that will probably end up being part of the North American area, I think. So it's a little bit of a weird sort of thematic mix there. But I thought maybe we could play it up as like an expedition. You know what I mean? Like the North American people are traveling to
SeaWorld has an Arctic area amongst tropical stuff. So.
Yeah. So I thought we could kind of play it up that way. Then the other problem I had was this train track had to somehow get between the African area and the coaster. So again, all very much work in progress until we get to about here. I'm kind of happy with this little junk here. So it looks like hardly anything's happened here, but there's actually been really big changes. This toilet.
Oh yeah, anytime you're dealing with terrain.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you did change it.
So this toilet, this restroom here has been pretty much like turned 90 degrees. It originally sat here.
Yeah.
With this path sitting pretty much where the train is here. So I've taken the path over to touch it up against the ride here, turn the toilets 90 degrees, and then repurpose this, although it needs work still, that you actually placed in around about here, I think, has now become the other entrance to the African area, as opposed to the market sign. So we got rid of that other second market sign that I was never really happy with. Obviously it needs a bit of detailing and tidying up and
we can dress that up.
Just this figuring out the layout of it took quite a while to get it all in. And again, obviously we need to complete some more supporting work here, but basically we have a train track now that comes through, and we've just got a few little bits of things to detail, and basically here the guy on the train with the speakers would be chatting about the journey to the African savannah and all this.
Yeah.
And then one of the bridges, we have two bridges because I didn't want to bottleneck everyone through one. So we have a bridge here that will sort of act as a second entrance to here, but mostly for people exiting the coaster can come back over this way. I've kind of left all of this open here as well in case you maybe wanted to add like a gift shop or something with the ride. But again, I kind of felt that was your area here.
Okay.
Sorry, I realise that I'm...
Yeah, I got to do the cue.
Yeah, I'm realising I'm throwing a lot at you. I'm talking a lot here, so feel free to
interject.
And
no, it's fine. And because we didn't talk anything about... you even said right before we recorded, I want to get this all in the video.
Yeah, basically, you've not seen any... The only thing I showed you was that. Like I said, look, is that okay?
And I did pop in a little bit on your live stream.
Yeah, okay, so you've seen some of this.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm kind of happy with all that. And then the next thing I had was the station, where the station was going to go for the tour, and how the tour was going to interact with the train station. So after trying to fit a station in down here, maybe paths down or something, I realized that we had this building here that you'd done that was quite a large fronted building that had nothing behind it yet. And I think we talked about maybe making it a restaurant or something. But I felt that this could be it. This could be the safari entrance.
Yeah, I think so. I think that works quite well, yeah.
Yeah, so again, maybe a little bit, maybe make it look a little bit more like a expedition beginning kind of thing, some barrels and crates and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
And then here, I literally placed the queue down. This will be interior. But this is where, so basically I got down to here, so we're going to have an interior building here, lots of like slow moving ceiling fans, crates and books, and sort of
like a like I like the
like library, getting all the gear ready to go. Think like Charlton Heston and all those sort of old classic movies.
Sure,
kind of thing. If you've ridden. If anyone's ridden Kong Encounter, I forget what the new version is called, Skull Island or something at Universal's Islands of Adventure.
The new one, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, the queue. Part of the queue there is very much how I kind of feel. This is like lots of crates and exhibit tags on everything and stuff, And then that comes back outside as we move down to what will have just sort of like a rain cover, thatch sort of covered area here. And then we needed to get this over the train track, so I've gone for this. This was on the workshop. I haven't built this. Just kind of gives the impression of an
actual crossing.
Yeah, an actual crossing, and the studio tour guy would be able to stop. Unfortunately, it will mean occasionally they will clip through each other. There's no way
you can do about it.
Yeah. So it's a bit of a suspension of disbelief thing there, I'm afraid.
Well, you got to do that anytime you have a level crossing with people too.
Yeah,
there's just no way around it.
Yeah,
and the aesthetic is well worth the clipping. I think
personally, I think so. Yeah, rather than just having loads of bridges and tunnels everywhere.
Right.
And then the only other thing I did then was very slowly work this terrain up, which looks like nothing, but it took a lot longer than it looks like it was.
No, I know.
Just so we've got. So basically, what I'm thinking is this train track here is the edge of the safari.
Okay.
The truck will go under here, so we'll have a proper train bridge here.
Okay.
The truck will come under, and then the last bit of the truck ride is a little bit into the backstage, where we can say, and here's where we prepare the animals' food and all that. Like a little bit of a behind the scenes kind of look at stuff.
Okay.
So that's kind of so a lot of what I've done this week is like foundation. if that makes sense. It's not very flat.
No, I get. Yeah, I get. Yeah. You laid the groundwork, and now it's a matter of.
It's not very.
Like, you had a lot. Yeah. You had a lot of things to think about, though. Like you said, the train and the truck crossing over and under and all around, and yeah, I gave you. Talk about puzzles. I gave you quite the puzzle. Here's a massive coaster.
Yeah,
and I put a big ass divot in the ground. Go.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Yeah. At some point, you've got to kind of build something and then work around it. Obviously, in real life, these things aren't built like this, so it doesn't really happen. But I think the solution I've come up with is about as elegant as it's going to get. It's maybe a little messy, but seriously, this is like a 2 weeks work trying to get this all to fit. So
no, I know that is a definition of the Shrug Bandit.
Yeah.
You work and you work and you work, and you're like, finally you just reach a point where you're like, all right, this is going to have to do. And I totally understand that. And so the fact that you have anything like this is way harder than I really thought it was going to be.
Yeah, much harder than I thought it was going to be. Yeah, but I think we're there with it now, and we've got a foundation we can build off. But saying all that, laying out a train track and making all this fit does not a good video make. So
right.
I kind of put it all down. My plan was this. Well, this was going to be the thing I got to show off and look good. But I just couldn't. The juice just wasn't flowing. I just really struggled. And
it's better to say that than to have something that isn't great.
And it wasn't until about mid this week that I kind of had a bit of a flash of inspiration and spent a good hour or two Googling and having a look at stuff. And I came up with what I'm going to show you now. So we're over here. We were just admiring the fact that I can have the depth of field turned on now. Ooh, I bet if you like zoom as well, it's going to look really good. Ooh, look at... she's in. Look at...
It's like my camera auto... it's like... there's like a duplicate. That's weird.
Okay. So yeah, I have managed to get something done today to show you folks. New edition. So we're gonna
Is this what you asked me? Are you wed to this?
Yeah, so that was... I haven't touched the elephants, but that was in my way. There was like a weird cave thing that you'd built.
I had no idea. Nope.
And I was like, "Are you okay?" And you're like, "Yeah, it's out of there." So that went.
there's a reason it never made a feature in a video. Yeah.
So we're gonna come up here and we're gonna see if we can see. I've not actually come in from this angle and had a look at it. I'd put. Oh no, it's not that triangle. I put something in one of these grass triangles. It isn't that one. It's this one over here. Look.
You scared me. I thought you were in the wrong. Oh, look at that!
Look, because we've got some peacocks. These are from Misread Nebula, and they're awesome. And there's been a lot of talk about the Planet Zoo peacocks, whether they can roam the parks and not, and we just don't know yet. Frontier will not answer us.
Moves!
Yeah, they're really good. These are really nice. So a lot of parks, I've definitely been to ones where peacocks just peafowl, I should say.
Yeah, I have too. Peafowl,
yeah. So here we have some awesome peahens and a peacock showing his business, and they're not interested in the slightest. They're like, what?
Yeah, like how they're turned away from him. That's awesome.
That because they I don't know what, like, it's ridiculous because we're totally anthropomorphizing them, but I think of peacocks to be the most pretentious animal.
Geraldine, look at his feathers.
Yeah. And he's just stood there like, ladies. And they're just like,
look what I got for you.
Yeah, I mean, they're not, it's just kind of how
sure.
it works. But in my head, I've just got that guy as like Danny Zuko. so yeah, I've added those.
That's cool.
And then here is what we've been working on this week. So to put us into placement, elephants is there.
Yeah.
And we have this nice sort of overview here, and then this cave thing that you had was like here, just sat there, and it was just getting in my way, and I'm totally, stuck on the roof. I can get out.
There you go.
Okay, managed it. And what I wanted to do was add this. So we have it's a little bit of work. This is not quite finished, but we have a Galateria de Maria. So I've kind of gone for like a bit of a sort of colonial Italian look with this, but still trying to ink it with African. So there are parts of northern Africa that have a bit of an Italian colonial feel to them because obviously they're quite close. If you go to like sort of northern parts of Egypt and places like Tunisia and stuff. So we've gone for that there, and that is attached to This here, which is the Flight of Africa Tropical Bird Show.
Oh,
so
look at that.
We now have a bird show. This is based on the Up, I think it's called Up Adventures or something, which is the bird show at Animal Kingdom.
From the movie Up.
Yeah, so it's been there since the park opened, I believe, but it's more recently been themed to Up
to size. Yeah,
so I think originally it was just a sort of standard bird show, but now they bring some of the Up characters out because there's a big part of that movie where they find those like ostriches and stuff, right? I mean, I don't know. I think I've seen Up once. I can't.
Oh, I love that movie. Yeah. It's the snipe.
Yeah,
the big old bird.
Yeah, so I think that's kind of what the reference is. So this is very much based on the exterior of that. This kind of Moroccan fronted temple.
I love the left billboard
with the fact that there's a bit missing away. So I think what I might do is go back and make all of those different. Just have the Flight of Africa, the middle one. I think having all three of them there doesn't look quite right. So the one that they've got is kind of three different ones, but I was a little bit short for time, so I just kind of made that end one there a little bit rough and ready. But I might go and do that to the right one as well. But the idea is there's a Moroccan temple with sort of shanty buildings around it, and these high up shanty buildings. So they obviously use a lot of forced perspective to get them to look like quite tiny little buildings. We struggle to do that a little bit, other than using smaller doors and windows and stuff.
Right.
But yeah, so that's sort of sitting on the back of the.
I'm really liking this. This is very cool.
And then we can go in and we have a full show.
Oh, look at that!
On the inside, so you can come and take yourself a seat.
So now, is this going to be replacing the bird portion?
So from the birds were here. Mm-hmm. So what I need to do have a little bit of a look at this really and figure out whether or not it would be acceptable for them to take the birds across a pathway to the show.
At the Shed Aquarium this summer, right before the doors opened, there was a crew that walked out one door with a macaw and just walked around with it, and brought it to where they were going to do their little performance.
So that's what I'm thinking. Because I do want birds here. I just wasn't really happy with how I'd done it. So I think that was the kind of plan, is that 5-1 they go in and they grab the macaws and then they come on out and.
Sure.
And so again,
look at that!
Ready for the show. So
that's
we
great.
have an eagle just because. No, I don't. There's no path here, so I don't know what I'm going to do. Oh no, I've managed it. Okay. So we have an eagle. From Daddy Poe. It's not really a tropical bird, but he'll probably.
It's a massive bird of prey. It's
he'll
amazing.
Probably move to a nest or something. But I wanted.
That's got to be in the American area.
Yeah,
for sure.
So I wanted just sort of movement on the stage for now.
Yeah.
And then over here we've got our actual sort of tropical birds. So there's again, I think these are all Daddy Poe actually. Maybe I'm not sure. Sorry, I'm really awful. I should know who does them. I'll put links in the description. So there's two types here. A macaw and an African grey.
The grey.
Yeah. So they have colourable.
The macaws are recolorable,
and then the macaws are recolorable as well. Yeah, so they're two.
So you can do the blue or the yellow throated.
So
or yellow bellied or whatever they're called, and the red. That's cool, scarlet. That's awesome.
And he's kind of.
I like this a lot.
So I've gone for like a much more simpler, like traditional seating as opposed to the sea lion one, where it's sort of wiped down plastic seating because of the water and stuff. Here I thought they could probably go a little bit deeper with theming.
I like that a lot. Oh, look at the shields on the wall.
So trying to sort of tie in little bits of areas, and we've got lighting up the top as well, but again, we've tried to keep them themed. And obviously we've used these awesome. These are great. You download.
Oh, aren't those awesome? Yeah, I got those
kind of give
for sure.
A bit of shade to the area as well. So
yeah, they're great.
A much smaller theatre than this one, but I imagine there's less of a draw to a parrot show than there is to something like a sea lion show.
Yeah, I would think so too. Yeah.
And again, the set here is loosely based on the Up show set as well. They kind of have this sort of broken down temple set as well. Yeah, so there we go.
That's very cool. That's very nice.
And again, these sort of buildings at the top here to kind of
good use of the World's Fair pieces.
Yeah, there's some really nice ones. That was after seeing you use some of them, made me sort of go through and pull them out and see what there was and make an active.
There are some.
There's
good
even
ones.
Ghostbusters pieces. These are Ghostbusters.
Oh, that's the Zool temple pieces, isn't it?
Just
no
really
Dana
down.
Only Zool.
That's right. And then here, I kind of wanted the idea of here, you can get yourself a gelato and you can sort of poke over to see the elephants there. So that's why.
Oh, that's cool.
That's
so
why
you
the
get the tall
foliage
table.
is quite light here, so you can get.
Okay, no, I like that. Yeah, that's nice.
It's elephants.
Cool.
So I've done it's the tiniest bit of backstage. We'll just come out and have a look. Just kind of joining it up with elephants. So here's the path here that goes around the back of elephants, and then I've just joined this up to here. So this is probably going to end up being quite a larger backstage area that feeds whatever this newer area here is going to be like.
Sure, where your dive coaster is going to be.
Yeah, so dive coaster will probably sit here, but then stores and animals and stuff down here can all be fed from this single backstage, like we've kind of done here. This one will end up feeding down, and then this one will end up feeding down. That's going to be sort of two main areas of backstage, but
and we can even do more with the elephants there too.
Oh yeah. So we can
now on this big backstage
come
area
down to here, if we need to, or
because that's not that. What I have is definitely not big enough. Now that I've been to the zoo a few times,
yeah,
you need at least another. You need another building,
another one of them.
Okay. Maybe even a bigger one, a simpler one. But yeah.
Yeah, well, like I said, there's loads of space here that you can put all that in as well. But I was thinking maybe here, because there's going to be sort of good road access, we could maybe park up some like larger trucks here as well to sort of fill up the space. I quite enjoyed sort of the juxtaposition of having the sort of stucco here, but then sort of serviceable concrete around the back where it can't be seen.
Oh yeah.
So it spends a bit of time on the
on the columns. Yeah. I see. Oh, okay. So, look at that. That's a nice detail.
They would get rid of the stucco where they don't need it,
Yeah. Oh, I like that a lot.
There we go.
This is cool. This is really good.
It's not much, but I'm happy with it.
No, that's great.
And how it's done. Now here, I was doing like a washing line kind of thing. I need to go and find some textures. These are like billboardy ones here. So I need to. I want to get like sheets. Yeah. So like a sheet or maybe some like animal print or something.
Cool. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, just to kind of
neat.
feather up. And then here I just started to do
big old gate.
A gate. So we've got some main area access as well for larger vehicles.
Yep. That's great.
Yeah,
that's really good.
There we go. So happy with how that's turned out. Like I say, after a couple of weeks of sort of smacking my head against just placing down track.
That terrain stuff is no joke, though, man.
Yeah.
That's a pain in the ass. You're right. It's not easy. Especially when you got a giant coaster there.
Yeah, but it's done. It's done. But I just wanted to have like a thing, this is what I built.
I get you. Yeah. I get you.
So I quite enjoyed doing all the little bits of detail and trying to find bits that you wouldn't normally use. Like, I mean, look, that's Ghostbusters, and it's just around the corner. But just kind of.
I have not really done much exploration of the Ghostbusters stuff.
No, me neither, really. But I just sort of spent a little bit of time going through the different packs, and I just thought that was cool. I'd love more of these. God, give me 30 of them that just say different things, drinks here.
Oh, is that what the entrance around? Is that from Ghostbusters?
Yeah, that's a Ghostbusters thing. Apparently, it's on the Ghostbusters fire building, the where they work. I don't know it particularly well. I kind of miss Ghostbusters as a kid. I don't know why.
I mean, I've seen it. My dad likes it a lot, but I know it well enough. I can quote it.
Yeah. So
is the I can't say the word gelateria.
Gelateria, I guess. Yeah, I don't
know. Is that an in-game brand?
Yes, that's that was a World's Fair one.
Yeah. Okay.
So
there it is.
Yeah. So again, a little bit of detail needs in here. Just need to sort of finish this off. Do some like napkin dispensers and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, did anybody make like I guess candles for the tables? Does anybody make?
I think there might be a single candle, but I wanted this to look a little bit classy, even though it's just ice cream,
No, I totally get it, yeah.
But again, maybe
I like the white. The white is nice.
Yeah, maybe a chain. Maybe this is a chain outside of the park that sort of come in,
Okay. Yeah.
But I wanted to kind of finish. I just thought it sort of the problem without it there was just like this really stark.
No, it makes total sense. I like it a lot.
And I enjoyed doing this sort of trellis here on the top as well. I think that looks quite good. And if you get the timing right, it's a bit off at the moment. You get really nice sort of shadows in here. So it's a nice cool place to come and have a little spot of the elephants and
elephants.
stuff, and kind of finishes off this corner of elephants as well. Like I say, we were a little lost here, right? So
yeah, that's why nothing got done.
Yeah, I don't want to go into your area, so literally all I did here was sort of finish off a bit of rock work here.
No, I thought the way you curbed the path there leading up from the viewing area was really nice.
Yeah. So. And again, maybe like a little bit of finishing off here and stuff.
Sure,
There's lots of little
these carts there.
Green. I'm noticing green triangles. We seem to have an
Everywhere.
issue with green triangles that needs.
It's the paths. I mean, the path system in Planet Coaster
green triangle
is great.
It's kind of
it's great. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just a case of I think pretty much just sticking some foliage in there, right? Oh, and Seven's playing Planet Coaster. I don't know if that comes up on your screen or not.
No, it doesn't.
That little pop up where it tells you what people are doing. Yeah.
Probably making the golly.
So, yeah. There we go. And I think one of the main things I really spent time on this was keeping it in scale. Because one thing I noticed with the chimps, and to an extent a little, I think with the sea lions, it's kind of got. Although this would be a big draw. They are a big deal.
Well, you gotta house them.
Yeah.
They're making their food prep there.
Yeah.
I mean, they have to have their interior pools.
Yeah.
In there for nighttime and stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Now I'm not too fussed about the backstage, but just here I just felt like this probably turned out a little grand here.
The actual seating area.
Yeah. But I think
it's one of the main attractions.
Yeah,
I think.
exactly. Yeah, it's sea lions. But I think if I wasn't careful, I'd have done that again for a few parrots.
Yeah, no, I think you've nailed the scale really well. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
I mean, even if it was a little too small for reality, like I don't know. I'm not saying I don't know if it is, but it fits.
It fits here.
And it fits the scale of what's around it really well. Yeah. No, I'm digging that. That is much better than. Yeah, now it's starting to feel much better.
Good.
Yeah, I'm excited.
There you go. Well, it's all yours. I'm kind of done with it. As much as I've enjoyed doing this, I'm done with Uzuri for a little now.
That's how I felt after Tama. I worked so hard on that, and I was like, all right, here, take the damn thing. I don't want it anymore.
Yeah, I do wish I had a bit more to show for it, but I'm kind of happy with where I'm at.
Question for you, and do you, if you zoom out, that big old straightaway of train track, and I know you used it to build up the terrain. If I could get the terrain, if I could curve that track while keeping the terrain, would you be down with that?
Do we literally like sort of the only bit I'm happy with is you can see where like this. Here,
the parts you've started to develop. I can't see your cursor actually, so I have no idea what you're pointing at.
Oh, that's a weird setting.
I wonder if it's a screen share setting.
It might be. Like I said, I actually said this to you off camera, didn't I? I said it's amazing how much little things you have set up on a computer that you don't realize until you try and do it on a new computer. Let's have a look.
Yep.
Show mouse.
There you go.
No, I'm looking for a show mouse.
Oh, show cursor.
Or something like that, yeah. No.
But I know what you're talking about. The part starting basically with the bridge.
Yeah, basically bridge like there. That's it. That's the only bit I'm happy with, really.
Bridge also almost looks like it's a drawbridge.
Yeah, that was kind of what I was going for. I had a go at drawbridge in it, but to get... like the pillars just came up too high to make it realistically, you know what I mean? Because that whole thing has to come up, so they just looked a little silly. So I've just gone for more of a. I'll be honest with you, what I've kind of done there is what I wanted to do here. Do you remember this was a wooden bridge when it first started, and it just wasn't
but it was
right.
just too big. Yeah, it was just too big.
So I kind of that was kind of my goal, was to try and get something a bit more like I had in my head for that originally over here. Yeah,
I think that works really well. I like that bridge a lot.
But
I think you've done quite a bit actually. Like that's a lot of work getting that stuff done.
Cool.
Like you said, a good video it does not make.
No. So I'm glad I managed to get something out.
It's grunt work if nothing else.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
All right.
Well, I guess I'm gonna probably dress up the queue for Tama and probably do the exit for Tama and that whole area. Maybe I'll stick a ride in there. No, that's too much. There's not enough room for a ride there.
What, like here?
I don't know what you're pointing at, but yeah,
that little
like
here.
I don't think there's enough room there. I might reroute the exit queue to go directly into a nice gift shop.
That's I think what I would maybe do is
then just foliage.
You could
and transfer track.
I was gonna say you could kind of do like transfer track building. slash gift shop as a single building, you know, like as one sort of unit. You could maybe get a flat in over here, sort of on the edge of the, because that's the other thing I'm not quite sure is how this sort of finishes.
It might just stop there. I might take that path away by the element. Like that might not happen.
Yeah.
Over there by that. Yeah, that might all be gone.
Yeah.
Like,
could do, or even just have it as like a dead end as a sort of lookout, you know.
Yeah, maybe. Like I was saying, there's no real good way to.
Because the other thing I was thinking is that these, maybe not the train so much, but this tour could be an upsell, you know. So you've kind of got to give people a way of having a look at the safari without having to pay for that, you know. So it could just be that he, like a little cabana or something here. That kind of is just like we can come over here and see a good chunk of animals, I guess.
Right. Well, I'll give it a solid college try. I'll give it the old college try. We'll see what happens.
But look at that. I can zoom way out, and
I like how smooth it is when you zoom out.
Smooth, man. Crazy.
Good. Look, it looks like a park.
It sure is.
This has gotten a lot bigger than I think either of us thought it was going to.
I thought the whole thing was going to be like here. Like that.
Yeah.
I didn't quite think that, because most of this area is going to be filled in as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that is probably it there, though. I think this is safari. So we're at the peak here, apart from some backstage stuff, and I think that's a peak as well there. So I think we've just got that sort of that last area there, and we've got till November 5th to finish it. Is
that the release date?
Because then nobody cares about Planet Coaster anymore.
Oh, I care.
Yeah, I do as well. But
I'll still play.
The YouTube algorithm doesn't, so.
There you go. Yeah, I get you.
But no, I don't know really. I don't know what will happen to Planet Coaster when Planet Zoo comes out. I really don't.
I think it'll be. I mean, they're not competitors directly.
No.
So I think you'll still have people that play. To be fair, there's not a lot of people playing Planet Coaster on YouTube right now anyway.
No. I mean, just more like, just in general, like, will Bro Nation move across to Planet Zoo much? I'm not sure.
I don't think so.
No,
I really don't think so. I think we'll stick with Planet Coaster for a while. I mean, I'll be playing Planet Zoo, and we'll probably have a Planet Zoo board, but it won't be the focus of Bro Nation. Yeah. It'll continue to be Planet Coaster until when and if a Planet Coaster 2 shows up. So.
Who knows? Cool. Right, well, I'll leave it with you then. Thanks for watching, folks. If you've enjoyed it, make sure you give us a like. It really helps out. And thanks to all of our patrons that make these videos possible through their awesome support at patreon.com/geekism. Next episode is over on Mass Channel, so make sure you are subscribed over there for the even numbers. And that's it, yeah. Thanks for watching, folks. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye-bye.